It has been such an amazing 2018. But what I can tell you is that 2018 is now here in the rear view mirror. And tonight, I'll tell you what, you guys are in for an absolute treat. You know, tonight you're gonna get a chance to hear from one of the greatest network marketers and greatest leaders ever to do the business. I call this guy the Kobe Bryant of network marketing, Mr. David Mentorship. Before we do, I just have, you know, a couple things I want to, you know, get off my chest. Number one, I want to say I'm so grateful for every single one of you, and I want to say congratulations on promoting this call. Congratulations on being, wow, well over 1,000 people now live at 10:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Sunday. You are hungry for success. You are ready to learn. And what I can tell you, you know, I spent about 5 hours today with Christopher Terry, our CEO and founder. Really quick, hit 111 if you love Christopher Terry, if you love Isis De La Torre, if you love VP of Sales, Ivana Monica Tapia, if you love Vice President of Good Operations, Jason Brown. Let's give some love to our amazing corporate leaders. Man, we are making power moves like you cannot even fathom. Brand new COO, brand new CMO. But what I want to say super fast is that in my 9 years in this industry, and now I've earned, you know, over $15 million in commissions, I personally have never been this excited and this confident ever in my career. So you guys are in the right place at the right time with the right people. In tonight's training, David is going to get your mind right. He's going to get your heart right. He's going to give you information to make 2019 your best year ever in the industry of network marketing, but also your best year ever in life. David is actually a mentor to me. I look at him as an older brother. I love this guy. It goes way beyond business. When he tells me to go right, I go right. I don't really question it. Why? Because he's got results for over a decade now in this industry, and he always keeps his word, and he operates out of love and integrity. So guys, I've got my notebook right here. I've got my pen right here. I actually have a few chairmen in the house with me right now. We're going to watch. We're going to learn. We're going to take notes, and I implore you to do the same. So guys, I'm going to introduce Mr. David Mentorship, millionaire coach, chairman 500, one of my very close friends, and get ready to elevate and get to the next level. So if you guys are excited to learn from David, guys, hit 444 in the chat box, and let's show some love to Mr. David Mentorship, and I'm passing it to you, my brother.
All right. Hey, Alex, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. You are clear.
Awesome. Alex, thank you for actually coming on and really just sharing really your heart for what it is that you've seen happen in 2018, but what it is that you see happening in 2019. We've got an event coming up. I know you just did an event with Christopher Terry and Matt Rosa and Jason Brown and Austin Gotzi, all the great leaders there in Florida. If you got a moment real quick, I want you to talk about that event. How was it?
Yeah.
I know you guys had the best of both worlds there. And obviously talk about Go Beyond, the event that we have coming up in a couple of weeks here in Atlanta.
Yeah, I was just about to unmute myself and say I forgot to do that really quick. But guys, IMOGoBeyond.com. Listen up. Events are one of the most powerful things, all right, in that you can do for your business. And it's important that not just you attend, but you bring lots and lots of people to these events. You know, in my career, I've invested literally over $500,000 in my own self-growth, as well as paying for teams' flights, hotels, gas money. I remember making sandwiches in 2012 to feed the team. And what I can tell you is when you have somebody like David Mentorship, Yvonne Tapia, myself, Jason Brown, Matthew Rosa, Julian Kushner, I mean, I can go, Jeff and Angela Christian, obviously the big dog, Mr. Gary Kurt, McSween, so many, Dr. Spiller. I mean, you guys are going to be having an all-star roster, probably the most powerful lineup of speakers and trainers that we've had in our 28 months doing this business, and it's going down in Atlanta, Georgia. Tickets are very cheap, way less than what it's going to cost you to get to Vegas in March. So I would say this is an event this year that you guys cannot afford to miss because it's January. It's January. In January, February, and March, are actually 3 of the most vital months in a calendar year in our industry. Because what it does is it sets you up. It sets your business up for explosive growth. And what I can tell you is after that event, we are going to absolutely explode globally all over the planet. So make sure you go to imlgobeyond.com. I'm going to be there. David's going to be there. Yvonne's going to be there. Jason and Matt, the top leaders of this company, are going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. So you guys have got to be there. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait to see every single one of you in Atlanta in about 2 weeks from now. So you got to get to the event. We're all going to go beyond in 2019. Back to you.
All right, awesome. Alex, appreciate you coming on the call. This is the very first 7-figure mentorship call. I guess tonight will be a 8-figure mentorship call. Yourself, over $15 million of income in this industry of network marketing. Congratulations to you, bro. You're very, very deserving of that because of the type of person you are, the work ethic that you've exuded. Just in the short time that we've been able to work together, it's really been second to none to watch. So I want to definitely congratulate you, congratulate iMarkets Live on the success that this company has had over the last 2 years now, really over the last 5 years, obviously, that this company was started. This company was born with the idea and the vision to really create freedom, give people that financial independence, that financial freedom that they really wanted, and put it in their hands. And I believe that over the last 5 years, and obviously the last 2 years that we've been a part of this company, that we've been able to do that for quite a few people around the world, but we're nowhere near where it is that we're going. And that for me is extremely exciting. You know, that for me is what keeps us going. The fact that the goal and the vision that we have for 1 million customers, we haven't even scratched the scratch of the surface. There's so much more room for growth. There's so much more room for expansion. There's so much more room for you to go out and accomplish your goals and the dreams that you have within this particular vision here. So I wanted to get on this call tonight to really share with you really what the game plan would be. What is it that you would need to do to really accelerate your business to a whole nother level? And if you're going to title this call tonight, I want you to put this down in your notes. I want you to put down the mind, the body, and the spirit. Okay? I want you to put down the mind, the body, and the spirit, ladies and gentlemen, because all of us that's listening on this line, there are 3 parts of you. All right, there are 3 parts. You got your mind, you got your physical body, and then you've got your spirit. All 3 have to be in alignment. All 3 of those elements or facets of who you are have to be in alignment. Same thing with an organization. Same thing with a company. What's the mind of the company? What's the mind of the company? What's the vision of the company? So under mind, all right, if you're taking notes, under mind, I want you to put the word vision, okay? All right, because the mind, no one can see it. If I told you to point to your mind, most people would point up here, but your mind is not here. That's your brain. Your mind is, it's away from you, all right? It's not something that you actually possess physically, ladies and gentlemen, all right? So that vision, where it is that we're going to talk about that, and you need to have a vision for yourself as well within the vision. And then you've got the body. Now, on the body, I want you to put leadership, okay? I want you to put leadership because this is where the people, all right, you, myself, this is where we come into play. What are we going to do from a natural standpoint? What are the physical things that we're going to do from a leadership standpoint that's going to allow us to actually accomplish the goals that we have? And then, obviously, the spirit, okay? The spirit. Now, I'm going to put 2 words here. Okay, 2 words here, spirit. I want you to put words, all right, and I want you to put faith, all right? So you've got the vision, you've got leadership, you've got words and faith. Those 3 elements, ladies and gentlemen, have to be in unison. They have to be in unison, and I want you to hear me very closely on this, all right? One of the things that I said to Alex, and I'm sure Alex is listening on this call, one of the things that I said to Alex when I looked at this company 2 years ago, I said this to Chris, I said this to Jason as well. I wanted to be a part of a company. I wanted to be a part of an environment where the gifts and the talents and the abilities that the leaders had, okay? And obviously I was talking about myself at that time, that they would not be put aside, that they would be utilized. that they would be celebrated. That if a person came into the company that had the ability to lead, that had the ability to excel and really grow the company and help everybody accomplish their goal, that they would be given that ability to do that. All right. And they promised that they would actually do that. And that's why I'm on this call right now. There's some things that I've been blessed with. It's not because I'm great. It's not because I'm some type of special person. Everybody's been gifted. Everybody's been blessed. Now, most people don't receive it. Most people don't accept it. I made a choice years ago that I was going to accept and I was going to receive gifts all my life. There are gifts that you have that you're going to have to put into this company for us to get to where it is that we want to go. And that for you falls into this leadership standpoint here. And I'm going to talk about that because leadership also has to do with your skill set. All right, we're going to talk about skills today as well. All right, we're not just going to talk about the mind and belief. We're going to go through some skills, some things that you're going to have to do this first 90 days. All right, we've got a goal right here. All right, we've got a goal of putting 10,000 brand new customers into the iMarkets Live opportunity over the next 90 days. All right, over the next 90 days. So that is what we're really focused on. I know this is a company goal. The company accomplishes this. It really moves us in the right direction of where it is that we want to go in 2019. Project 10,000, right? Project 10,000. So what I want you to do, if you've written this down, what I want you to do is, because you have one ultimate vision in the company, all right? You have one ultimate vision in the company, and the ultimate vision, ladies and gentlemen, is 1 million customers. But how do you eat an elephant? You don't eat an elephant whole. You eat it one bite at a time. All right, you eat it one bite at a time. So you got to break things up and say, okay, what are we going to focus on right now? What are we going to focus on right now? So what we're going to do, all right, like myself, I've got a personal goal, a vision for the organization that I get a chance to work with every day, to have 200 brand new chairman 10s and above in the organization, okay? So that's the vision that I set for the organization. For the entire company, here's what I want you to write down. 10,000, all right, brand new customers, all right? 10,000 brand new customers, all right, from January 1st to March 31st, okay? From January 1st to March 31st. This is what we have to really focus on, ladies and gentlemen. Now, here's the deal. One thing that I know is that when you have a group of people that come together for a common goal, for a common vision, that there's absolutely nothing that can stop it. The only thing that can stop it is division. All right, it's the only thing that can stop it. And I know we have different organizations and we have different styles of leadership and things are done differently, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But there still has to be a common goal, something that is being spoken by everybody. If you can recall, when we got started here in 2016, we created the goal of 100 chairmen. The reason why that happened, ladies and gentlemen, it wasn't because we were great. It wasn't because you were great. It was because everybody was great. It was because everybody decided that they were going to take ownership of that goal. That they were going to say, you know what? This is my goal. This is not just David's goal. This is not just Christopher Terry's goal. This is not just Gary McSween's goal. This is my goal. We're going to have 100 chairmen promote themselves within the iMarkets Live opportunity. And because that was being said every single day, the spirit of it, the word of it, the faith of it was being created every single day, because we were saying it, that we're going to have what? 100 chairmen. 100 chairmen. If you want to track the growth, write this down. If you want to track the growth of any company or any organization, check what they are saying. What are the words that are coming out of their mouth on a consistent basis? See, ladies and gentlemen, if you have complaints and more challenges being talked about, I promise you that's what's going to show up in your business. If you talk more about attrition, if you talk more about people quitting, if you talk more about people moving to other opportunities, which are all things that are going to happen, that's irrelevant. Because remember, you had challenges 2 years ago. You had challenges 5 years ago. You're always going to have challenges. But what are you speaking? All right, what are you speaking? We had the vision of 100 chairmen. And then the leaders came and they put in the work. The leadership was there. The work was there. The events was there. the impact of the events, they were there. The spirit of the event was there. And then what? The faith, the spirit, the word, every single day was being spoken, not just by me, but it was being spoken by thousands of people every single day. And when that happens, creation takes place. Well, that's what we've got to do right now over the next 90 days, all right? Over the next 90 days. How many of you are committed to that? If you're committed to that, I want you to put a 10,000 in the chat. 10,000 in the chat. 10, 0, 000. Put that in the chat. If you're committed that this is going to be the focus, all right? This is not a David Imonichie goal, all right? It's not. This is a iMarkets Live goal. This is something we've discussed with the leaders and say, listen, let's go for 10,000. Let's go for 10,000 in the first 90 days, all right? Let's put 10,000 brand new customers into the business in the next 90 days. How many are truly committed to that? So that is the vision. So we're going to start with that because we've got to begin with the end in mind, right? You got to begin with the end in mind. So how does any vision get created? All right, any vision gets created through, it's a thought, first of all, it's a thought, it's an idea, and then it's got to be spoken every single day. It's got to be spoken every single day. It's got to be seen every single day. That vision has to be spoken every day, and it has to be seen every single day. We're going to put 10,000 brand new customers into the business in the first 90 days, all right? Every single day, that has to be spoken. That's the vision, all right? Now, I want to really move over to now the leadership part of things, all right? The leadership part of things. What are some of the things that we've got to do from a leadership standpoint? Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to leadership, there's so much, right, that comes to leadership, that comes with leadership. Number one, we've got to have a positive, okay? A positive mental attitude. All right, so number one, you got to have a positive mental attitude at all times, all right? Number two, you got to lead with integrity. All right? You got to lead with integrity. This is very, very important. I think that we have too many people out there that, I'm just going to say this flat out, that are lying. Okay? That are lying. You're lying about your income. You're lying about the money that you make, whether it's on the network side or on the trading side of the business. And ladies and gentlemen, that is not going to lead to growth. There's no need for it. There's no need for you to do that. The truth is good enough when it comes to this opportunity. What it is that we're offering, the opportunity, the chance for a person to learn a skill set that can actually increase the amount of money that they have more than what the banks would actually give them. It's not necessary for it to be embellished. It's not necessary for it to be, for you to create some type of mirage, all right, of success so that you can build your business. It doesn't work. If it's built on sand, eventually it's going to fall apart, okay? All right, so very, very important that we focus on that as leaders. Also, the work ethic, all right, the work ethic of the leader, all right, work ethic of the leader. Now, I'm going to pause there for a second, all right, because this is where we got to take massive, massive action, all right? Now, I'm going to go over, this is about leadership. You got to lead with the system, all right? You got to lead with the system. And in the system, there are 3 R's, all right? There are 3 R's. You've got the R of recruiting, all right? Then you've got the R of retaining, all right? And you got the R of replicating, all right? To replicate. This is now when you start developing other leaders, all right? So recruiting, if we're going to put 10,000 brand new customers in the next 90 days, so let me say when we actually do that, what are the things that we need to focus on, all right? Now, we've got to focus on the 3 skills that you've got to master. The 3 skills that you've got to master. Prospecting, okay? Presenting, and promoting. All right? These are the 3 skills as a leader that you've got to master. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to get to chairman, you're not going to get to 6 figures, 7 figures without you mastering these skills, all right? When it comes to prospecting, there's 2 sides of it. You've got contacting, all right? These are within that skill, contacting and inviting, all right? Contacting and inviting. Contacting a person, ladies and gentlemen, has a lot to do with self-worth. When you make contact with an individual, you're not making contact with them about your opportunity. You're making contact with them about who it is that you are. okay? Who is the person that you're exuding when you actually make contact with that person? What is your self-confidence like when you make contact with that person? Most people focus on what should I say to a person. That comes second. Who should I be should be number one. Because if you're the right person, it won't matter what it is that you say. It's going to come out right. It's going to come out with the right amount of confidence. It's going to come out with the right amount of swag, okay? For the young folks that's on the call, you're going to have the right swag, okay? If you got the right confidence, all right? So contacting and inviting. What am I inviting them to? I'm inviting them to take a look or to take a listen to my opportunity, all right? So another way for this to be put aside for you to understand this is called the PS3, okay? The PS3. You're going to pique interest, you're going to show the plan, and then you're going to do a three-way call. When we put 10,000 customers in the business, let me tell you what's going to happen. I want you to write this down, all right? I want you to write, and I learned this years ago. Write this down. Exposure is everything. Okay? You gotta go back to the basics here. Exposure is everything. We've got a short window. We got a 90-day period of time to go ahead and accomplish this goal, this vision that we have of putting 10,000 brand new customers in the business. So exposure is everything. How many people are we going to expose on this opportunity? How many people are we going to expose every single day? Now, let's look at this right here. We've got a total of, we got 1,600 people on this call right now, okay? We got 1,600 people that are on this call on a Sunday night that are fired up about this opportunity, that are excited about this opportunity, ready to rock and roll. Let's look at this. Let's see if we can get this done with the 1,600 people that are on this call. Let me get my calculator out. All right, those of you that know me, I love the calculator here. Let me see where's my calculator. Where you got, brother? All right, here we go. All right, 1,600 people on this call. Watch this. Let's say 1,600, and let's just say we expose. I'll tell you, exposure is everything. Let's say we expose 2 people per day. All right, so that would be 3,200 exposures per day. That's 3,200 people that are finding out about this opportunity. I learned this 15 years ago when I got involved in this industry from a guy by the name of Jeff Olson. I learned this from Donnell Self. I learned this from Brian Carruthers. It was called the 10 core commitments. And number 2 on that 10 core commitments was expose a minimum of 2 people per day. Now the superstars, they're going to go out and expose 5. They're going to go out and expose 10, 15, 20. There were days, weeks, months where I would expose 10, 15, 20 people per day. I would be out in Walmart at 11, 12, 1 o'clock at night trying to expose people to my opportunity so I can get my 20. That was my goal. But I'm not going to ask you to do that. That's a decision you got to make on your own. But minimum 2 a day, 3,200. That's 3,200 people that find out about this opportunity every single day. I want you to write down what it is that I'm giving you, because some point in your life, you're going to train this information. All right? You may train this information next week. You may train this information next month if you're a leader. You don't want to just learn just to learn. You want to learn to apply, but then also one day to be the teacher, the one to explain this information. 3,200 exposures. Let's say we only do this 5 days a week. So I'll give you Saturday and Sunday off, all right? 5 days a week. So that means that we've got 16,000 people that have now found out about the opportunity, all right? Let's time this by the next 90 days. Wow. Wow. All right, I got to do this again. Hold on. This is, see, network marketing is about a lot of people doing a little bit, all right? That's what it's really all about. It's getting a lot of people to do a little bit. We got 1,600 people that are on this call right now, and let's just say these 1,600 people, you make the commitment. You decide that I'm going to be a leader, all right? A leader has the discipline, ladies and gentlemen, and the discipline is I'm going to give myself a command and I'm going to follow it. Are you that leader? Are you that person that's committed, truly committed to the 10,000 customers that we're going to put in the next 90 days? Now, ladies and gentlemen, to me, that's an A-type goal. That's not even a C-type goal. That's not even a goal that we really need to stretch for. We can get this done with this game plan that I'm giving you right now, with this recruiting, retaining, and replicating, and we have a plan to get this done from a corporate standpoint and also from a field standpoint. All right, watch this. 1,600 people on this call, 2 exposures per day. That's 3,200. That's 3,200 exposures every single day. Let's times this by 5 days. All right? That's 16,000 exposures, all right, per week. All right? 16,000 exposures per week. Let's times that by 4. All right? We've got 64,000. Okay? 64,000. So that's in a month. We got 64,000 customers that are would-be customers that have found out. But we're going to do this over the next 90 days. So 64,000, we times that by 3. All right? That's 192,000 exposures. All right? So let's write this down. Exposure is everything. 192,000 exposures have now taken place if the 1,600 people are committed to expose 2 people per day, 5 days a week. All right? That's 192. All right? If we go 1 out of 10, okay? 1 out of 10, that would be 19,200 customers that would have come into the business in the next 90 days. All right? So when we said 10,000, what we're basically saying is that if we do 2 exposures a day, or when we do 2 exposures a day, if we're only batting at 0.5 out of 10, okay? So we're not even 1 out of 10. We're 0.5 out of 10. Out of every 10 people, 10 would-be customers, only half of a person says yes. Okay? So it's not possible, obviously, right? But if only half of a person says yes to the opportunity, then we accomplish the goal of 10,000 customers. See, ladies and gentlemen, a vision without a plan of action to get it done is completely unnecessary. It doesn't make any sense. When you have a goal that you want to accomplish, you've got to break it down with the plan. All right? 2 exposures a day. If you're committed to the 10,000 customers that we're actually going to put into the business over the next 90 days, then you're going to be committed to doing your part of 2 exposures every single day. Now, what are these exposures? All right? What are these exposures? Remember I talked about piquing interest. I want you to write this down. All right? This is part of the contacting. When I build my list, or when I'm out and about and I'm living life, maybe I'm going to the cleaners, or maybe I'm going to the grocery store, or maybe I'm at the movies, or whatever it is, maybe I'm at the mall, whatever it is, and I'm living life without prospecting someone that I know, maybe I'm making contact with someone that I know, or maybe I'm making contact with someone I don't know. All right? One thing that I will tell you is that before you start going out and contacting people you don't know, first work on your market. Okay? First work on that list that you should have built, 100 people, 200 people on your list. You make that contact, you want to pique their interest, ladies and gentlemen. You want to what? Pique their interest. We need to pique the interest of 192,000 people over the next 90 days. And if we go 0.5, half of a person out of 10, we hit the goal of 10,000 brand new customers in the organization, in the business, in the next 90 days. All right, can you guys see that happening? Is that something that looks it's an A-type goal. It's not even a stretch goal. All right, it's something that I know that we can absolutely accomplish. All right, so you're gonna pique their interest. Now, what do you say to pique their interest? There's so many different phrases that you can use. Some people really cut right to the chase and say, hey, what if there was a way for you to show you how to take your phone, right, your smartphone, and turn it into ATM? All right, that's one thing you can say. One of the phrases that I've used over the last 2 years is when I make the phone call, or if I'm having a conversation with a person, let's say someone I just met. When I first meet a person, I'm not going to have a conversation with them about the business. I'm probably going to compliment them. I'm going to compliment them on their jacket. I'm going to make sure it's an honest compliment, all right? Maybe they have a pair of shoes on. Maybe she has a bag on, or maybe she has her hair done, or maybe he has a nice shirt on, or he has a nice watch on. I'm going to compliment them, because if they're the type of person that I want to work with, they're going to respond to my compliment. Now, if they're rude and obnoxious, guess what? I don't want that person in my business anyway, right? So a lot of times we're afraid of what we shouldn't be afraid of anyway. And I got over this years ago. If I prospect someone, if they don't have the pleasing personality, they're already showing me that they're not perfect for my business. Thank you, and I move on. right? But I compliment this person. I want to find out about themselves. I want to find out what, about their family. I want to find out about their occupation. I want to find some type of common ground with them. Is it sports, right? Maybe it's a clothing store. Maybe it's the economy. Maybe it's what's going on in the government right now. I want to talk about something outside of business, right? Because what I want to do is I want to have their guard come down. A lot of times we're talking to people about an opportunity and their guard is all the way up. You want to bring their guard down. If it's someone that I know, when I first make contact with them, I'm not going to go right into business. I'm going to find out how they're doing. I'm going to find out about their new year. I'm going to ask them a question. I'll say, listen, 2019 just got started. Do you have a plan? Is there a plan that you've put in place to increase the wealth in your family this year? All right, that's another thing that you can say. All right, but the go-to phrase that I have to pique people's interest, these 192,000 people that we're going to go out and expose to this opportunity, I ask them a simple question. I say, listen, John, in the last 10 years, and notice how my communication, notice the words that I'm utilizing, notice how I'm utilizing those words. All right, the tempo in my voice, the volume in my voice. Communication is a whole lot more than just words. Okay? So listen, John, in the last 10 years, the amount of money, John, have you ever thought about this? I'm going to show you different ways to do this. John, have you ever thought about this? The amount of money that's flowed through your bank account over the last 10 years, how much money have you made on it? All right, look at the inflections in my face. Look at, you do this on the phone. They can feel that. The way that you're talking, if you're asking a question, you're really leaning into it. Hey, listen, John, I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but the amount of money that's flowed through your account over the last 10 years, how much money have you made on it? Right? And what's John going to say? John's going to say, probably none. You say, John, you know what? What if there was a way? What if there was a skill that you could learn that would actually teach you how to multiply the money that you currently have right now? Is that something that you would want to know? Is that something that you would want to get more information about? Right? If John is right for my business, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to say yes. See, that's one thing that I learned years ago. A lot of times we're afraid to talk to people. We're afraid to make contact with people because we're trying to figure out if they're the right person for the business. That's not your job. Your job, ladies and gentlemen, is to expose. Exposure is everything. Now, what you want to do with your exposures, you want to have quantity, but you also want to have quantity. So you want to expose 100 people, 200 people over the course of the next 90 days, right? But you want to have quality type people. So you want to make sure you're talking to people that have a large center of influence. You want to talk to people that have a positive mentality, that have a pleasing personality, people that have a humble spirit about themselves. You want to talk to people that have been successful in any area of their lives. Maybe they're successful on their job, right? These are the types of people that you want to talk to. People that are the life of the party. People that you look up to. People that other people look up to, right? People that you feel good when you're around them. Because if you feel good around them, then guess what? Other people feel good around them, right? So listen, John, in the last 10 years, you ever thought about this? The amount of money that's flowed through your bank account, how much money have you made on it? None. Well, John, what if there was a way? What if there was a skill that you could learn that would actually teach you how to multiply the money you have right now? Is that something you want to get more information about? See, once I made that contact, now I want to invite him to look at an opportunity. I put this in the Facebook Elite group. I am going to be doing, starting tomorrow, 12 noon Central Standard Time. All right? I'm going to be doing, listen, guys, everything is always planned. I want you to understand how we work, how my mind works, okay? I plan things out, right? I have a goal, I have a vision, right? And then I go and I put the plan in place, right, before I roll it out. So before we did this call, I already made the decision that starting on the 7th, do you know when I made the decision? I made the decision early December. I made the decision that I was going to do these blitz calls early December. I made the decision that I was going to do this call early December. I just told Alex last week. But in December, I had already planned what January, February, and March was going to look like. All right? That's how you got to think through your business, ladies and gentlemen. You got to begin with the end in mind, all right? And as you grow and as you get better as a leader, you'll start doing the same exact thing. I don't do things just arbitrarily, all right? I don't put events. Events are strategically placed at a particular time, all right? Because we've done this over and over and over and over and over and over again. We know what works, and we also know what doesn't work. And this is where mentorship and coaching. A lot of people say, "Oh, David, you're a coach, my coach, and you're my mentor." Hogwash. I'm not your coach. I'm not your mentor. You don't call me. You don't text me. You don't ask me any questions. How can you say someone is your coach or your mentor, or anyone is your coach or your mentor? You communicate with them. You don't communicate with them at all. You don't tell them anything. You just plan and you do what it is that you want to do, and you think it's working. And I'll be honest with you, I chuckle at a lot of things. I really do, right? Because I'm like, you're not seeing it. You don't have the experience, right? There's a plan in place, and you want to follow that plan, guys. I'm telling you, it works every single time. So once I've made that contact, if you made that decision, I'm exposed 2 people per day. Now you know that there is an opportunity call that you can actually count on. 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 p.m. All right? Now, listen, when I do an opportunity call, right, and when you do an opportunity call, ladies and gentlemen, you don't know who's on the other line. You don't know. So when you get on this call, ladies and gentlemen, listen, this is all part of leadership now. All right? This is all part of recruiting. When you get on these Zooms, ladies and gentlemen, all right? And I don't care if you're 18, and I don't care if you're 88, but you got to be professional. You got to be dressed professional. Because, ladies and gentlemen, what if I've got a CEO that's on the call? What if you invited the most successful person that you know, and this person is the type of person that wears suits every single day, right? What if this person is the type of person that pays attention to how other people dress? He said, "Well, David, I can only be me." No, you don't want to only be you. What you want to do is you want to get better, right? You don't want to stay who you are. You want to get better. You want to grow. Does that make sense? So if you're doing the call, if you're the leader that's doing the call, you want to come on and be professional, right? I'm not saying you got to have a suit on or tie every single time. Maybe that's not necessary. But maybe a collar shirt, maybe a really nice sweater, right, that you have on. All right, be professional, because you never know who's on the other line. This is all part of recruiting, right? Because guess what? You may have the greatest opportunity in the world, but you come on a Zoom and you got a T-shirt on for an opportunity call, not a training call. See, a training call, I'm talking to my friends. I'm talking to people that are already in the business. I can come on here with a hat on, a T-shirt, if that's what I wanted to do. If that's what you wanted to do, you can do that. But an opportunity call? No, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I make sure I'm groomed. This is all part of recruiting, right? I've got to have a haircut. If I'm going to do a presentation, think about it. If you invite me into your city, right? You invite me to your city to do a meeting, and you busted your butt to get 100 people in the room, 200 people in the room, 500 people in the room, and I show up, I don't have a haircut, my hair's all over the place. Okay, so what? I make a lot of money. I can only be me. Oh well. No, that's not business. That is not the world of business that we live in, ladies and gentlemen. I've got to come in correct. I've got to come in a cut above everybody else that's in the room. Why? Because I've got to deliver. You've got to deliver as that leader when you're doing these calls, or when you're going into a different city to do a meeting, or when you're even going to someone's home to do a presentation, or when you're going to go do a sit down for someone. If you invite me onto a sit down to sit with someone, I've got to show up professional. I've got to be on time, ladies and gentlemen, right? Hopefully this is making sense, because all of this has to do with recruiting, and eventually it's going to have a lot to do with what's replicated in your business, what's duplicated in your business, ladies and gentlemen. All right? So I do these calls. We have to call 12, 3, and 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I put the flyer in the Facebook Elite group there. All right, you guys want to get that out to your groups. All right, it's going to be a very professional call, 20, 25 minutes max. We're going to come on and we're going to expose, because that is going to be the next step. Remember, exposure's everything. Next is fortune is in the follow-up. Fortune is in the follow-up. Okay? Now, what does this mean? That goes right into the second part of this, which is presenting. All right? So I exposed John to the opportunity. Now I'm going to follow up with John. I'm going to invite him to listen to a call. I'm going to say, John. John says, yeah, I would like to get more information about that. John, you know what? I thought I really knew that you had the business acumen to recognize an opportunity. See, I'm going to commend him for saying, yes, he wants to look at, he wants to get more information. I'm going to say, John, listen, myself and some of my business partners, we're going to be holding a private Zoom call. Private. There's a reason why I say private. I want to edify the call. I want to put a lot of edification towards that call. I don't want to just make it be like, oh, it's just any other call. It's just going to happen 3 times a day. It's going to happen over the next 5 days, so you can get on any call. I'm going to say, John, listen, we've got 2 opportunities for you to get on. We have a 12 and we have a 6 o'clock call. Or John, we have a 3 or a 6 o'clock call. Give him 2 options, he'll pick one. All right? Give him 2 options and he will pick one, ladies and gentlemen. Fortune is in the follow-up. Now I've got to get the presentation in front of him. All right? So we say, John, listen, we've got a private Zoom call taking place. I got a few people that I can invite onto the call, people that I really feel have the business acumen, which you obviously do. All right? And I want to invite you to call 12 or the 6 o'clock. Which one works best for you? Why would I say 12 or 6? Why 12 or 6? Well, 12 might be his lunch break. 6, maybe he's off of work at 5. All right? So there's all the thought process behind what it is that we're doing here. If it's East Coast, it's going to be 1, 4, and 7. All right? I'm going to say, John, listen, I'm going to send you the information for the Zoom about 15 minutes before it starts. Okay? I'm going to send you the information. I want you to go ahead and download the app Zoom. Let me know when you download it if you don't have it already. I'm going to put John in some sort of action mode. All right? I'm going to put John. See, a lot of people think, okay, well, we just teach on belief. No, these are skills. This is the skill. Remember, desire plus skill times faith. This is the skill. There's a lot of psychology behind this. I'm going to put John to work. John has to participate in his rescue plan. I'm not going to do all the work then. At no point in this conversation does John feel like I need him. My posture is very, very strong. Me and my business partners will put together a very private business Zoom call. It's going to be taking place. We've got a 12 o'clock slot, 6 o'clock slot. Which one works best for you, John? He says 6 o'clock. Fantastic. John, I want you to go and download the app Zoom, okay? And I'm going to give you a ring about 15 minutes before it, send you the information so you make sure you get on. Now, John, we've got limited lines. They're limited lines, so you want to get on maybe about a minute or 2 minutes prior to the call getting started. So you make sure that you're on and you're not locked out of the call. I hope you're writing this down. Ladies and gentlemen, when I got this information years ago, I wrote it down. And then I went and I applied it. And guess what? I sucked. I was terrible at it. But I kept doing it. That's the secret. I kept doing it over and 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 over. And now today, I don't have to do it. Okay? Because I did it over and over and over and over and over and over again. If you master something, ladies and gentlemen, there will come a point where you will not have to do it ever again. Okay? Because now we build our business strictly through our mind. Our activity is there. We do the work. We do presentations. We recruit. Just sponsored a new lady today, Tammy. She drove down from Dallas for a game plan session with myself. So I still do all the recruit. Gary McSween, he's a master at this. But guess what? He's already sponsored, I think, 5 or 6 customers just this month so far, just this year so far. All right? So you've got to master these skills. All right? So if you notice the whole entire conversation, and listen, John, it's a private business call, Zoom call. I want you to go ahead and download the app Zoom. I'm going to call you about 15 minutes before the call, okay, to give you the information. John, once the call is over, I want you to call me back, all right, because I want to discuss how you felt about the call, okay? So I'm going to utilize, all right, 12, 3, 6 p.m., all right? Now, how many of you, watch this, are committed, all right, to inviting and actually being on this call every single day this week, Monday through Friday? We're going to do this. I want you to put a 777 in the chat. if you're committed to inviting and being on the call. Here's why it's important for you to be on the call. Here's why it's so critical for you to be on the call. All right? Now, I know all of you are not going to do it because you got 1,600 people on this call. All of y'all are not going to do it. You're going to put the 777 in the chat. David, I'm going to do it. All of y'all not going to do it. All right? But here's why you should do it. Okay? Here's why you need to be on the call. Ladies and gentlemen, there's something called the magic of crowds. Something called the magic of crowds. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're on this call, if you just log into the call, iml4xoverview.com, and you just log in, here's a couple things that's going to happen. The guests that are on the call, they don't know who's in the business and who's not in the business. People follow. Write this down. People follow. They follow the crowd. Most people observe the masses and do what the masses do. Okay? All right, leaders observe the masses and do the complete opposite. But majority of people that are going to be coming into your business, they're not leaders. They're almost like sheep. All right, they're going to follow. So you getting on this call, write this down. You getting on this call is just as important as the presentation itself. You would actually sponsor way more customers. IML would explode, ladies and gentlemen, if everybody just listened to exactly what I'm telling you right now. It is so simple, ladies and gentlemen, because here's what's going to happen. You invited John into the call, right? John says he's going to be on. John actually keeps his word and he actually gets on the call. John gets on the call and he sees 500 people on the call. 100 people on the call? 200 people on the call? Wow, there must be something to this. That's what's going on in John's head. All right? Psychologically, you being on the call has already recruited John into the business. All right, I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you. It's making it work every single time. John gets on the call. He sees 300 people on the call. He goes, wow, there must be, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one on the call, and he makes a decision to get started within the first 5 minutes. He hasn't heard anything about the presentation. He hasn't heard anything about iMarkets Live, but because he sees hundreds of other people on the call, he goes, there must be something to this. I better get involved. The fear of loss takes over for him. But let's do the flip side. Let's say John gets on the call, and it's you on the call, and it's 5 other people on the call, 3 other people on the call. Guess what John is thinking? Oh, it's not really a big deal. There's only 5 people on the call. There's only 10 people on the call. So guess what we have to do now as leaders? Well, this is a private call. We didn't invite everybody, right? I've done this over and over again, right? So we didn't invite everybody. We only invited an exclusive group of people, right? I remember I used to do home meetings and only one person would show up, and I would say, you know, John, we only invited a select group of people. We wanted just to have a very few amount of people, people like yourself. Now, we may have invited 100 people, right? But only a few showed up. But we had to say that. But imagine, ladies and gentlemen, you do a home meeting. Just think about it. You do a home meeting and 3 guests show up versus 100 guests showing up, right? We do meetings, ladies and gentlemen. Watch this. We do meetings here, and there are people on the stairs. They can't see the presentation. They can barely hear me. And guess what? When the presentation's over and we give out applications, they're the first ones to enroll. Why? Because they're looking at the magic of crowds. They're looking at, if you get them, put a 777 in the chat again. Put it that you're going to commit to doing this. There's a psychological reason behind this. All right? And if you want to do this for a short period amount of time, right? You just get on the call. A couple other things are going to happen for you, right? Because you want to learn how to present. You want to learn how to present this information, right? So what happens is not only are you listening to the call with your guests, you're also taking notes on how to disseminate the information so you can get better at giving the presentation, right? So maybe one day you're the one that's doing the Zoom call. Or maybe one day you're doing a home meeting or you're doing a sit down. And because you've heard the presentation over and over and over and over and over again, and you practice over and over and over again, guess what? You can become an effective presenter on this particular opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I've done over the last 15 years. That's all Austin Gotzi's ever done. That's all Alex Morton has ever done. Right? That's all Brandon Boyd has ever done. That's all Jason Brown has ever done. That's all what Jewel Tankard has ever done. They've got a script. They have a particular presentation that they do, and they follow it every single time. How great of an actor are you? The beautiful part about this is there's only one script to learn. You don't have multiple scripts to get. But guys, when you get this presentation down, and you do that script over and over and over and over and over and over and over, it's a script. I humble myself first, right? And then I entertain and I educate and then I motivate to take action. I'm going to go over my story first. I'm going to talk about where it is that I've come from first, because I want to be relatable to the people that are on there, right? And then I'm going to go into what it is that I see happening, not just myself, but for them as well. And then I'm going to go into what? I'm going to talk about, Robert Kiyosaki. I'm going to talk about the cash flow quadrants. I can get their mind ready. I want to get their mind ready for the information I'm going to share with them, right? Then I'm going to go into the industry of Forex. I'm going to tell them $5.3 trillion day financial market, the largest financial market in the world. What am I doing? I'm educating as well, right? Then I'm going to go into the company. I'm going to talk about Chris, talk about ISIS, talk about the leaders of the company, right? The vision, where it is that we're going. We're going to impact the lives. We're going to teach people, educate, empower, enrich 1 million customers, right? I'm doing all this in a presentation. I may tell a couple of jokes in there, right? I may talk about, the fact that, you have your money in the bank, you might as well have it under your mattress, right? Because you're going to get the same amount of interest, right? That's a joke that I tell. Why? Because when people are laughing, they're buying, right? A lot of times you're giving a presentation and you have no humor in your presentation. You got to have a little bit of humor in your presentation. Don't take it overboard. Don't be Kevin Hart, right? All right? Until you get really, really good at this, all right? So you do this, you over and over. But guess what? If you're on these calls, you're going to be learning some of the very best of the best on how to present. So guess what? You can become great as well. But back to that psychological standpoint of recruiting, right? When John gets on the call and he sees there's 100 other people on the call, 500 people, wow, yeah, okay, there must be something to this. And he's already made the decision to get started, right? Now, if John doesn't make a decision from that call, guess what? I'm not just going to use a Zoom call. I now want to have, this is all part of presenting, all right? I want to get into the habit, ladies and gentlemen, and I want you to draw this out, all right? I want to get into the habit of showing the plan at least 4 times a week, okay? Remember, 3 skills you got to learn: prospecting, presenting, promoting. All right? 3 vital signs. I want you to write this down. 3 vital signs of a growing business. 3 vital signs of a growing business, ladies and gentlemen. How many people in your organization are showing the plan at least 4 times a week? All right? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not serious, all right? Oh, let me say this. You are not serious about becoming a chairman, being one of the 500 chairmen that we will have in iMarkets Live by the end of 2019. You're not serious about that if you're not showing the plan a minimum, ladies and gentlemen, a minimum of 4 times a week. Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Let's say Tuesday is your weekly meeting. Or let's say Thursday is your weekly meeting. Or Wednesday, doesn't matter what day it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? If you're serious, it's 5, 6 nights a week that you're showing the plan. All right? But minimum Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Give my On Tuesday, Thursday, maybe I do a home meeting. On Tuesday, I'll do a home meeting. So I'm showing the plan at least 5 to 6 nights a week. If, everybody say if you plan on becoming a chairman, this is the decision you've got to make. I don't miss weekly meetings. If you're going to be a chairman, you don't miss weekly meetings. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can show the plan twice on Saturdays, right? With technology today, right? A lot of times you can do these Zoom presentations, right? But I'm making the commitment. I'm going to be at a weekly, if there's a weekly meeting in market, be there. Okay? Be there. But I'm going to show the plan to somebody or somebodies at least 4 times a week. Just imagine. Do we still have 1,600 people? Let's see. Let's see if some people have quit already. Watch this. Let's see if some people have already quit. Look at that. We're now at 1,500. 1,551. So we've had, I think, about 100 people have already quit. Okay? Look at that. Just that quick. Just that quick. Guess what? It happens. I can't wait for 1 million people to quit on me. I cannot wait for that. You should want that too. Because guess what? If 1 million people quit, that means 1 million people join. Right? For 1 million people to quit on you, that means 1 million people join. That means you got paid on 1 million people coming into your business. All right? Do the math on that. Okay? So let's go down to 1,500. Let's say the 1,500 people that are still on this phone right now decided that you were going to show the plan 4 times a week. That would be 6,000 presentations a week. Times 4, that would be 24,000 presentations. 24,000 presentations. If you had just 5 guests at each meeting, that would be 120,000 people that would be at these presentations. If you go 1 out of 10, 10%, 12,000. That's in 1 month. In 3 months, 36,000. Y'all seen this? But it takes just a little bit of a commitment to say, I'm going to show the plan 4 times a week. I'm going to work on my skill of presenting because I've got to master that. If I'm going to become a champion in this industry, if I'm going to become great in this industry, I've got to master that. Okay? 4 times a week, all right? I never get a chance to get through everything I want to talk about, all right? All right? So, prospecting. Then what I've got to do, I've got to get all these people, right? I've got to get all these people to a big event. I got to get all these people to a big event. I've got to get them to go beyond. I've got to get them to unleash. I've got to get them. We've already planned. There's going to be another event that we're going to do in May. There's going to be another event in September. I've got to get them to the big event. The big event's happening all around the world. I've got to get them there because that's when they make the decision. This is the multiplier to your business. This is where you get a chance to retain people in your business. You're going to retain people through personal self-development. You're going to retain people through getting them to events, all right? Getting them plugged into personal growth, getting them to major events. The company is rolling out a customer appreciation program, all right? CAP, a customer appreciation program. We're going to be announcing that in Unleashed. There's some things that the company's going to do that's going to give us, that's going to incentivize customers to stay on the books even longer. Okay? So you want to retain people in your business. And then you want to obviously replicate leadership, ladies and gentlemen. This is where the leadership boot camps that we take place. This is where I'm having leaders pick out 5, 7, 10 leaders, and they're flying them here to my home for us to meet. Right? Because when they come here, their minds are stretched. Their vision is stretched. What they experience, their belief system goes to another level. It's not for everybody, but it's for people that we want to duplicate as leaders, that we believe will be part of the 200 chairmen that are part of our organization, the 500 chairmen that are going to come through iMarkets Live in 2019. All right? 3 vital signs. Number 1, all right, how many people are showing the plan 4 times a week in your business? So that means that you've got to be doing it. You can't tell someone else to do it if you're not doing it, right? Number 2, the tools that are flowing through your business. The day that we're in right now, technology, tools, Zoom is a tool. The online presentation, that's a tool. Exposure is everything. I've got to use tools. I've got to be pointing at something for them to see the opportunity, for them to see what's going on. Okay? I don't want to be the one, presenting to them when I first meet them. I want to expose them to a tool, expose them to the opportunity. They like what they hear, then I can invite them to a weekly meeting. I can invite them to a home meeting. I can invite them to some type of presentation. All right? Retainment has a lot to do with the weekly meeting as well. All right? Then the last vital sign is big events. How many people do you have coming to the major events, ladies and gentlemen? This is critical to you growing your business. All right? So go back to what the vision is. 10,000 customers. I've broken down the plan of how we're going to get there. Exposure is everything, right? So we go back to the very beginning. We got the mind of 10,000 customers. This is what we're speaking. This is what we're saying. The leadership, the body, this is the skill. This is what we're going to be doing every single day. 12, 3, 6 p.m. IMLForexOverview.com. Live call. I'm going to be right here. This is where I'm at, right here. Okay? I'm going to be doing a presentation just like this, every single last one, 12, 3, 6. If some leaders want to come on and do testimonies, I welcome it. If some leaders want to come on and do part of the presentation, I welcome it. But I'm making a commitment to you. How about this? I make the commitment to you that I will be on every single call, 12, 3, 6 p.m., Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Can you make the commitment to me that you'll be on the call? You don't have to present, but will you be on the call? Will you have invited for the call? Even if you don't have a guest on the call, will you be on the call so that the magic of crowds can work for someone else? It can work for your brother, your sister that's looking to go chairman that needs you on that call for that guest to see that we have 100 people on the call, 500 people on the call, 1,000 people on the call. All right? I'm telling you guys, it works. All right? It works. All right? Faith. We've got to be speaking every single day that we're going to put 10,000 customers in the business in the next 90 days. And we're going to get it done. That's why we have the flyer out. Blitz to Project 10,000. It is completely done. And I believe we will exceed that number. Just based on the plan that I gave us, we'll exceed that number. Exposures, everything, 2 people per day, right? Sharing the information with them, whether it's through a Zoom, whether it's through an online presentation, it's a sit-down, home meeting, whatever means you utilize. Some people utilize the internet to build their business. Doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you're doing, make sure it's duplicatable within your organization, okay? And then get them out to the major events. You get those people in, we get them locked in, get them locked into our culture, get them locked into the type of environment that we have, get them really into personal self-development. All right, we roll out some of the customer appreciation programs that we're going to have, and you're going to start to see growth, massive growth in your business. People are already popping pins. I know we've had Brandy Platinum 600s already this year, thousands already breaking, 5,000 already breaking. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the deal. All right, never forget this. All right, because the leaders that are doing this, these are the individuals that are going Platinum 1,000. All right, Platinum 1,000. This is the key thing right here. All right, how many Platinum 1,000 are you breaking? Platinum 1,000 means the structure, personally sponsor 12 to 15 people. This is what you want to do. Personally enroll 12 to 15 customers. All right, and help 3 to 4 of them go Platinum 150. When you do this, you would have promoted a Platinum 1,000. 7 to 10 people that go Platinum 1,000 in your business, ladies and gentlemen, you will be earning $10,000 per month because you will be a chairman 10. It is that simple, ladies and gentlemen. So focus on that structure, 12 to 15 customers. You're going to expose 120 to 150 people. That's all you expose. If you go 1 out of 10, you got your 12 to 15. Identify 3 to 4 that you would help go Platinum 150. They do that, you're Platinum 1,000. Then you develop 7 to 10 other people to do that. In the next 90 days, we will have chairmen popping like popcorn. We got a lot of them go right there at getting it done. And listen to me closely. We've got a major announcement that we're going to have in Atlanta for brand new chairmen. Brand new, not the old ones. We love y'all, all right? But we talking about new ones right now, all right? So those of you that have been frustrated, I haven't gone chairman yet, trust me, you're going to be very glad that you will be part of the brand new challenge that will be popping within the first 90 days of 2019. All right. So, guys, listen, hopefully you're able to get a lot from this call here tonight. Let's see how many people we still have on. All right. It was 1,552 people at that time. Let's see who people still on. Let's see people who's quit. Let's see here. What we got? Let's see who's still on. All right, 1464. All right, so you guys are the champions. You guys stayed on to the very end. All right, we can get what we need to get done with 1,400 leaders down this call. All right, so I'll be back tomorrow. IML4XOverview.com. Get that flyer out to your entire organization. We'll be doing these live calls here, 12, 3, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Utilize that power phrase. Exposures everything. 2 people per day. Let's go out there and let's make this thing happen. 2019 was an amazing year of wealth, abundance, growth that happens here within iMarkets Live. This is going to be the make year of iMarkets Live, and we want you to be a part. A big reason why that actually happens. All right. So we'll see you guys next week Sunday. There'll be another 7-figure earner, 8-figure earner. They'll be on this call, on the 7-figure mentorship call next week Sunday. We'll see you guys. We love you. Happy New Year again. And we'll see you guys in Atlanta, go beyond, and then we'll see you in Las Vegas when we unleash iMarkets Live on the world. Take care, guys.